Y'all, I planted these sweet potatoes late in the season. I did it on purpose, but I also knew better. I knew they needed the heat and long days and that deep summer sun, but I still planted them jokers anyway. Not one pot, not two pot, but three. I went all in, multiple pots. And when that frost hit a couple weeks ago, child, it humbled me. It shut the whole sweet potato annex down. But I was out there harvesting them, and I realized something that these sweet potatoes had a whole lot more to teach me than what I originally expected. So I'm gonna share that with y'all. I knew I was taking a risk. I knew the timing wasn't right, but instead of planting like one trial pot, I planted a whole collection, like a whole system. I call it the sweet potato annex, right? And why? Why did I do that? Because sometimes I think more is better. More ideas, more projects, more pots, more pressure. But doing the most doesn't guarantee the biggest harvest. Sometimes it just guarantees the biggest headache. And listen, it made me think about business. It made me think about how many times have I ignored the season I was in and tried to force everything to grow at the same time. Mm. So I put bottles in the bottom of the pots, right? Trying to save soil. I had done this in the summertime, in the spring with other veggies and fruits, right? Because I was trying to make it stretch. But those bottles this time, they ended up blocking the roots. The sweet potatoes couldn't even grow to their full potential, even though everything else was right. The soil, the water, the love, all that was right. And it reminded me that the shortcuts don't save you. Shortcuts don't save you. Not when you're trying to build something real. Not when you want like a true harvest. The shortcuts just end up hindering the harvest. These sweet potatoes taught me something big. They really did. You can have the right soil, you can have the right nutrients, you can have the right intention, but if the season isn't aligned, the growth is going to be limited. Point blank, period. And that hit me. It hit me because I've tried to make, let's just say, beauty grow when it wasn't beauty season. I tried to push wellness events when my own body needed rest, right? I tried to push business in an aspect that it didn't need to be pushed. I just really needed structure and flow. And so it made me realize like everything doesn't have to happen at the same time. Everything is not meant to grow in every season. And that's okay. I got it now. You want to know what grew the best? I'm going to shock you. The pot with one little sweet potato slip. Just one. It had space, room to stretch, room to become. And it made me ask myself, what could grow in my life, in my business, if I wasn't overcrowding my own soil? If I stopped planting 5 ideas at one time and just nurtured one good one, what could grow? So when you harvest sweet potatoes, you can't eat them right away. That was something that I learned. I'm glad I did the research because they got a cure. They got to sit in a warm space that allows them to heal, sweeten, and just fully develop their flavor. And when I tell you that's preached to my whole life, woo child. Because some of the things I've built, products, ideas, even new versions of myself, they just need time to sit. Not because they're not good, but because they still getting sweeter. And I'm excited about that. So yeah, my little sweet potatoes didn't give me the biggest harvest. They didn't. But they gave me the biggest clarity that I'm grateful for. Things like growing your season, stop crowding your soil, don't cut corners on things you want to flourish, and give yourself room and the time to become sweeter. And that's it, y'all. That's it. That's my sweet potato sermon for the day. The sweet potatoes taught me plenty, and I hope that you learned something from me. And I thank y'all for sitting with me, learning with me, and growing with me. And if it bless you just a little bit, just a teach, go on and like it, and comment and subscribe, right? And when you comment, I want you to let me know, what season are you in? What season do you feel like you in? Because baby, for me, I think I'm finally in my grow slow season, and it feels really, really good to be here. It does. Peace out.